Martin Gillingham.
Thank you, Ross. Not too many spare seats at the Arms Park to witness these familiar foes. Years and years of history between them, of course, and all that on top of the reverse fixture which took place just a fortnight ago. Well, defeat to Glasgow last week ended with uncontested scrums because of injuries to both Cardiff hookers, and that has shaped selection here, with Efan Daniel getting just his second league start. Loose head Corey Nowaczewski, also unavailable. The former Leinsterman Ed Byrne comes in. With the captain Liam Belcher missing, it's Ben Thomas who assumes the leadership role. Despite alterations being made at 9 and 10, Thomas, who started both of Wales tests in Australia at fly half, is in the mid-field. The contingent of Wales coaches were hoping to see two of the leading contenders for their fly half role. Then it's not just Matt Sherritt who's not playing ball. With Dwayne Peel has dropped Sam Costello to the bench. Johan Lloyd wears 10 for the Scarlets, and omitted yesterday and back in today because of illness to Max Douglas. We have Alex Craig, who's been outstanding since arriving in Wales. Gareth Davies also here, of course, scored 2 tries in this fixture last season. He got 2 more in defeat.
Please welcome our opposition.
A week ago. So here come the Scarlets. It's a good old-fashioned Welsh rugby occasion, this one. Josh Macleod wearing 6. We haven't seen too much of him competitively over the course of the last couple of years. In fact, it's 18 months since he was on the winning side for the Scarlets. He'll be hoping to put that right here. Ben Thomas leads out Cardiff. Well, they won their first 2 before coming unstuck a week ago against the champions Glasgow. But they did create a lot, and they scored 5 tries in defeat, which in itself was quite an achievement. Ben Thomas wearing 12, and I wonder what the likes of Warren Gatland had in mind for November. Ellis Bevan, good to see him starting also for the first time this season. Well, before we get underway, we will have a period of reflection. Sad shock news during the week. The death of Kevin Bowring, the man who was the first Wales coach in the professional era shortly after the World Cup back in 1995. And Bowring, well, he won more tests as Wales coach than he lost.
Okay, this week,
and since then, he has become a totemic figure, not just here in Wales, but also across the River Severn and beyond. A man who has mentored throughout his life many coaches who've gone on to great things.
Impact on so many professional coaches, many of whom are here with both teams today. His legacy lives on in rugby across the world, and our thoughts are with his family and his friends. If you can, please stand and join us in a moment's silence. Kevin Bowring. Thank you, the other guy. Here we go, they come from
Bowring.
It's Sunday afternoon.
Played at the high level as well. Didn't represent Wales.
Come on, Cardiff Arms Park, let's get
and that's where he made his playing debut before going on to be an outstanding coach. So there is the referee, Craig Evans. The assistants, Mike English and Amber Stamp Dunstan. And the television match official, Keith David. It is perhaps the Welsh derby of all Welsh derbies. There might be 1 or 2 people who disagree with that. 1 or 2 heads being tipped back as I say that, Tom.
Could be a few people in Newport wondering what you just said, but yeah, look, this is huge. You know, it's a sellout here. It's a great day. 2 teams desperate for a win. Got to start big.
What a great start there for Gareth Davies, having his kick charged down. Here's Dan Thomas, who has been a revelation since arriving from, I guess you'd say, the queue outside the job centre after being released by Bristol at the end of last season. Carry there from Josh McNally. Bright sunshine, glorious day as we move, I suppose, from autumn towards winter. Ellis Bevan feeds the ball out. Alun Lawrence, who's made quite an impact for Cardiff. Dropped a couple last week against Glasgow. The arm is out from the referee. So we've got the free shot here, if you like, for Cardiff. On there to Efan Daniel, finding himself in the tram lines. Assirati feeds the ball in. That was to Ben Donnell. Tinus de Beer. There's Ed Byrne, who was playing Test rugby for Ireland only 3 years or so ago. Rey Lee-Lo is getting dumped to the ground by Eddie James.
Back for the penalty.
You can see Scarlets trying to put a massive amount of line speed on Cardiff. Marnus Van Der Merwe came up really fast initially. Then they just mistimed it a little bit, Cuthy, didn't they, just here?
Yeah, I think this here, if Cardiff do get that away, they can get to an edge, really. You think how narrow Tom Rogers is there. He's inside the 15. You can see exactly what Cardiff are trying to do. They're trying to get them on that first phase and beat them around the corner. And if they get that the ball at the back of the pod from 10, they're really on, I think, out wide.
It's a huge shot as well from Marnus Van Der Merwe a couple of phases earlier.
Well, ambition early on from Cardiff and Tinus de Beer, but also a miscue. You spent quite a bit of time over the last hour out on the pitch there. It's glorious and sunny. It's a bit blustery though, doesn't it? Yeah, it was.
It was mostly in favour of the Scarlets. If we're looking on the screen, going left to right. I mean, with that kick, it's definitely worth a shot at goal, but he does have that in his armoury, Tinus de Beer. He does miss a few kicks to touch.
Yeah, that would be what I was saying in terms of why Sheedy's probably been starting over him. That's one of his weaknesses in this game, isn't it? It's probably his kicking for goal and for touch. You know, that's a big opportunity to get into Scarlet's red zone area, the 22, and have an attacking opportunity. And now they're under the punt, middle of the field, of the scrum option, where Scarlets look really dangerous off scrums. You know, they've scored all their tries this year off set piece.
And let's see how they go here. They get themselves a penalty.
Lost your bind. You lost your bind. You lost your bind.
Ed Byrne penalised. Craig Evans saying he lost his bind. We might see a replay of this. See if we can pick that out. But good positive start for the Scarlets in terms of scrum time, because last time they played at Park the Scarlets, that was an issue for them. They lost Alec Hepburn to a yellow card under their posts, and it looked like Cardiff had the upper hand a couple of weeks ago.
When you keep that height and you keep that bind, the picture's easy for me, okay?
Here we go. This is the view, left-hand side. You can see his arm just comes
on three, please. I'll get them.
Comes away, doesn't it? Ed Byrne. Then he falls down.
Interesting comment pre-match, wasn't it, from Johan Lloyd about which jersey he would prefer to have. No ambiguity in his comment. He wants to be a permanent 10. There goes the South African, Marnus Van Der Merwe, onto Gareth Davies. Here's Alex Craig. Davies once more. Johnny Williams going hard and straight. He's somebody who will be keen to impress the Welsh coaches, having been out of favour since the World Cup last year.
Release!
That was Johan Lloyd taking the Scarlets inside the 22. Here's Van Der Merwe again. Craig. Well, if you remember the reverse fixture a fortnight ago, the Scarlets scored inside the first half minute. They were 15-0 up after 10 minutes before letting things slip. But there is the penalty this time for Cardiff, and the Scarlets going off their feet.
You can see in Cardiff's defence already, the physicality. One's chopping, one's going high. They're making the nuisance at the breakdown. There's a good shot by Dan Thomas and Alun Lawrence again. Just making a nuisance down to the deck and over the ball early doors, trying to slow that ball down. That was something last week they didn't do. There were too many high tackles, too many missed tackles. So it's something they'll be definitely working on all day.
Thank you.
Do you like that one from Tinus de Beer? I think he was trying to knock that one next door, wasn't he, after his previous error?
It's like a rugby league kick to touch, that one. Straight out. Make sure.
The catch there from Teddy Williams. Teddy Williams has impressed, hasn't he, in the opening month of this season?
Yeah, he has. I think his skill set is really high as well. Not only just the grunt up front, the line-out option, but his offload, his catching, his passing, I think is very underrated.
No, 8 has always got his right arm.
Ellis Bevan finding where his feet were there. There's Ben Thomas onto Lawrence.
Not on the ball.
Another man who was out of job this time last year when the Jersey Reds went out of business.
Right, just got to go now.
So this is where I think Cardiff changed. You know, there was an opportunity to go at the back there. They had numbers on.
Lousi charging it down, and Gareth Davies unable to pick it up.
And you know, an opportunity there to maybe get that width, which last season Cardiff would have definitely looked to go for, but they seem to be a bit more pragmatic this year in terms of building phases, trying to work their way up the field. Territories are looking like a real big key thing that they talk about in the week.
I mean, that ball was out. Even though no Scarlets players were there, I think Craig Evans was really lenient then with Ellis Bevan. Said it, play the ball, which means you've got 5 seconds, it's well over.
Good competition today, I think, between Gareth Davies and Ellis Bevan. They're two nines that Warren would be looking at, Gareth's experience, whether he's going to be in the squad, and Ellis, who they were really impressed with, I think, in the summer in terms of his fitness. But obviously his game understanding, that's something that's going to come over time.
Thomas Williams and Gareth Anscombe paired today for Gloucester in
Keep it up, keep it up, keep it
one
up.
of the derby matches in the English
Okay,
Premiership.
wait.
There's Lawrence, head down, just bumping off the two half-backs. Ellis Bevan. That's Harri Millard wearing 11.
Counter-back is good. Counter-back is good.
There's a nice edge to the atmosphere, isn't there? Don't you sense that, Tom?
Yeah, it is. You can feel a bit of edge on there. The rucks are a bit of a mess at the moment. Josh Macleod comes away with the ball. We'll have a look at that. Looked like a ruck was formed before he got his hands on the ball, but he's such a poacher. For a guy that's been off for such a long time, when he came back against Cardiff, didn't look out of place whatsoever. No, it's fine. Really good.
All I'm seeing there, Keith, is just good counter-rucks at the moment. There's no foul play there.
Yeah, the breakdown's a bit of a mess, isn't it, at the moment, in terms of it? They're all flying in all angles, trying to slow each other's balls down, their ruck speed down, because they know that these two teams, they thrive off ruck speed, don't they? That's how they want to play, that's their DNA. And Josh Macleod, for being out for so long, he has come back and been, one of their top performers in terms of the breakdown area.
So Johan Lloyd being handed the 10 jersey on merit for the first time this season. And Scarlets, he did wear 10 in that opening fixture out in Italy, but that was because Sam Costello was a bit under the weather. Johan Lloyd, who was yet to miss a kick this season, makes it 6 out of 6 in the opening month.
Just showing Cardiff what they should have done. Take the points around on offer. Lovely strike. Exactly what you want from your 10. Nail the first kick, get the confidence up.
Always inside.
The pirouette and the clearance from Gareth Davies.
Yeah, that's where Scarlets got a little bit stuck last week. Just that communication of kick-off. I mean, Gareth Davies catches the ball, he turns, probably doesn't want to kick it, can't see what's coming towards him. End up being an all-right kick, but got charged down right at the start of this game as well.
Efan Daniel fighting Dan Thomas. Sam Lousi making a nuisance of himself once more to good effect there for the Scarlets. Well, the referee saying that the ball was out, so but we'll come all the way back here for that knock-on.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Knock-on.
Yeah, we can just see poor delivery, isn't it, to Ellis Bevan, and it just gives Scarlets a chance to disrupt. It just seems, the first 9 minutes, everything just seems to be really a bit disruptive at the moment, isn't it? The game hasn't got into its flow, and hopefully, obviously two teams that are desperate for a win, especially Scarlets, I think, aren't they?
What do you make of the selection calls at 10 today on both sides?
Good. The team's not performing, and it was the first half really for Cardiff where the half-backs weren't that great, and Ellis Bevan and Tinus de Beer came on and made an impact. Similarly with the Scarlets, if you're not winning, you have to change things up.
Johan Lloyd, flat pass, Johan Nicholas is in the line, creates some space there for Blair Murray. Murray just been taken towards touch
Ball is out.
by Mason Grady. There's Tom Rogers coming over from his wing, Gareth Davies, Josh Macleod, the inside ball there to Taine Plumtree. Plumtree, very athletic indeed. There's Lousi. You can see the try line there in the background. That was Henry Thomas. Oh, and then, well, that was knocked on by Gareth Davies. The scrum half, all fingers and thumbs, but that was encouraging from the Scarlets.
Yeah, it was a great play, great platform to have on the scrum. This is what I'm saying, they're really dangerous off scrums here. You know, Eddie James is sucked in to Tinus de Beer, and it's a great pass to Owen Nicholas, who puts Blair Murray away. This guy is lightning. I mean, this guy needs to get the ball a bit more. He's got great feet, great footwork. Here, I would just like, you know, Scarlets to be a bit of a cleaner ruck, just running onto it. You know, Cardiff are on the back foot and just got a bit stalled. And at the moment, it's a bit of a nightmare for both lines on the breakdown, isn't it? You know, a couple of knock-ons from each of them.
Yeah, Josh McNally does an awesome job there at counter ruck, but you watch the work rate of Tom Rogers on that back play. Just shows himself enough just to attract Cardiff defenders. That's what enables Scarlett to go on the outside.
Crouch.
There is no shortage of quality wings in Welsh rugby, and it's perhaps worth mentioning Blair Murray may well be a New Zealander, former Canterbury, but his mother born in Wales. Here's Tinus de Beer.
Blue stop, 6. Okay, 7, put him on.
Johan Nicholas waits for it. Johnny Williams getting through the first tackle. Gareth Davies once more. This is good from the Scarlets. Certainly not at the moment playing like a side who are still looking for their first win of the season. Had a couple of near misses, unable to close out what appeared to be winning positions in both rounds 1 and 3, but the referee, two blasts of the whistle. I think he's going to have a chat. Let's listen in.
Roll against red 3. Two look a bit discomfort, so I'm going to give him time to be treated. I want a penalty for a neck roll. Space, please.
Neck roll the call.
Two look really discomfortable there. Okay.
This is where it happens. Van Der Merwe takes it up.
Come from the neck anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Henry Thomas grabs him round the neck. Doesn't look good there, does it? Sometimes that's just a natural instinct. When you miss the man, you just try anything you can to get him off, but anything around the neck, got to leave it.
It's tough really, because Alun Lawrence obviously the one. He's not really affecting the breakdown in terms of he's going to win the ball. It's just really mistimed, doesn't it? And you know, they happen fair share, but the safety obviously is paramount, and it didn't look good, did it?
Henry Thomas, who's racked up a few air miles over the years, hasn't he, when you consider where his rugby has taken him. Spent the last 3 seasons playing in France, Montpellier and Castres. The French League, of course, somewhere, as both you guys know, places a huge premium on the qualities of front row forwards, particularly tight heads.
We're just going to have a little look at this, I think. Craig Evans is going towards the big screen. So you can see him there. Misses him initially. Well, he's got to let him go there. He can't use his own weight and drag him over by his neck.
Well, if you recall this fixture 12 months ago, it hinged on an incident which led to a red card. I'm not suggesting this is similar, but let's listen in, shall we? He wants another look.
Clear again, please, Keith.
Well, he's got it all in high definition in front of him. You've passed your judgment, fellas. Is this worth a yellow?
I've seen him given, 100% I've seen him given for round the neck.
It's just a simple croc roll, isn't it? It's just gone a little bit wrong. Obviously, it looks worse because he's in the position where he can't move.
His left leg is trapped in there, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Five drops onto the lower limb as 3 turns him out.
So 5 drops, look at this, you've got 5 here now. 5 drops onto the lower limb. And then we've got the neck roll by 3, agree?
Agree.
Okay, so the first action here is actually against red 5 then, for dropping onto the lower leg. The neck roll by 3 then is just a second reaction, which is probably a penalty only, but the fact that he's on the leg is because of red 5. Do you agree?
Well, it's not Henry Thomas who's in the dock.
On my facts there, I'm on a penalty and a yellow card against red 5 up to see it on the screen, and that's where I stand.
I agree.
Okay, number 5.
I'm not sure there should be a penalty for landing on someone's leg.
Yeah.
It's the croc roll from Henry Thomas. for me, which was the issue. His leg was trapped.
Well, let's listen to the explanation here, because Sam Lousi has been called forward.
Yeah. Okay. What I witnessed on the screen was a neck roll against you, which is just a penalty live, okay? But the reason the player's gone over is you've gone in first to do a croc roll, and you've landed on the lower limbs of the blue player, so that's the player's leg gets blocked, so it's going to be a penalty and a yellow card against you.
Send him down. That's the instruction from the referee.
What I will say about that technique of getting someone away from a ruck, the croc roll, it is so dangerous. We see it so many times. Sometimes it comes off, other times when your leg's trapped, you can cause a serious amount of damage to someone's knee.
Okay, penalty.
And obviously, especially on pitches like this as well, where your feet actually don't move when your studs are in the ground on these, because the grass, usually they slip, but they seem to be a bit more dangerous, their croc roll. But yeah, a bit of a strange one for someone that's landed on him. In a ruck, how many times that happened? I guess it's just a bit bad timing, wasn't it?
So a 10-minute window of opportunity, and the first one goes straight through the fingers of Dan Thomas. It went forward. Those are the details that Cardiff know they have to get right today.
Yeah, they are. It's your basics. But, you've lost 2 hookers last week. You've got a new person in now. Line-up before was nailed. It was just a delivery off the top. That one just a little bit too high, a little bit of the timing. Just letting the Scarlets off the hook when you want to put a lot of pressure on them. Don't want to just slow the game down now a little bit. Try and drag out the 10 minutes, get Sam Lousi back on.
Yes, worth making the point that Efan Daniel, just 21, fine youngster, but doesn't get too many opportunities at this level. He is effectively the number 3 hooker for Cardiff.
Set. Steady.
So Davies with the pudding.
Away.
Yohan Lloyd looks up, tries to find some space. Ball sits up nicely for Cam Winnett.
Blue, retreat! Retreat, blue, backwards! Okay.
Yeah, I like that from Lloyd. They could take the easy option, try and get to the edge and really stretch Cardiff, but I think he's just trying to be a bit of field position territory, take a bit of time out of that yellow card as well. I think just give them an opportunity to get Lousi back on.
Probably looked outside and thought, I've just lost the centre into that scrum. Completely agree, it's the right idea, just pin them back. And they've got what they wanted, they've got the ball back again on the halfway line.
It was interesting, one of the topics you touched on very early on in the programme today about the offer that's being made to the regions. Part of the deal is greater control from, among others, the national coach. I wonder if he had his say, Warren Gatland, would he have Ben Thomas playing at 10 today? Winnett with a catch. Steamrolled to the turf, or rather the plastic. Ellis Bevan. Here is Ben Thomas. Lee-Lo tries to cut in field, saw that the options were pretty slim outside him. Here's Byrne, the former Leinsterman. Bevan's got Harri Millard and Dan Thomas waiting to chase after this one. Long wait for Johan Nicholas. Did in fact get through the first tackle. Keiron Assirati gets him down, but Nicholas showed plenty of power and strength there. Here's Yohan Lloyd, Macleod. Now there's some space here for Johnny Williams. Good tackle in midfield. That was absolutely crucial for Cardiff. There's Taine Plumtree. Dan Thomas quickly out of the blocks for Cardiff.
It's a mess at the moment. I mean, you have to say, Johnny Williams is looking really good on his feet. Every carry he's had a positive impact, whether it's half a break. He just needed to try and link with the man outside him then.
Yeah, Johan Nicholas, I think that kick by Ellis Bevan, it's just too deep, isn't it? It just gives Johan Nicholas that time to beat a man and get through, which gives Scarlets front foot ball.
There's no way he should have made the ground. He did through that heavy traffic.
No, that'd be a thing. That's what happened last week again. Glasgow did to Cardiff. There's just easy yards that just gets them in the game, and then what it does, it takes away your line speed because you're having to work back, work round. And like you said, Johnny Williams, ball in hand at the moment, he's making yards every carry, isn't he?
And you make that point, isn't that because people inside him are doing their jobs? I'm thinking particularly of Ioan Lloyd together with Gareth Davies.
Yeah, I think obviously the ball has been a bit quicker for Gareth, because we've seen earlier in the rucks where the ball's been a bit messy at the ruck sort of situation, and there's been a couple of knock-ons. Ioan Lloyd, I think he's so far he's having a really good game in terms of just putting Scarlets in the right area. Nice set piece box kick down the middle of the field, just to really put pressure on the Cardiff.
15.
So this to maintain his 100% kicking record off the tee. You can see how the posts are just waving about a little bit, but it doesn't cause any problems for Ioan Lloyd, who at the moment, well, if this is some sort of rehearsal or playing interview, if you like, he's doing rather well.
He's doing all right, isn't he? Golden, that is, taking 3 points when you're down a man, someone in the bin.
I say playing interview, Tom, that's what you tend to have when you try to join the golf club, isn't it?
Okay, use it!
He must have been through a few of those.
Stay 5.
Winnett. Well, the ball going forward, and it's a penalty. Well, the derby is developing a fair amount of edge now. Let's not condone this sort of behaviour, but it does at least go to show that it matters.
It's good, mate. It's good. You're not getting punches thrown. You've got players up for it. This is an important game for both of them. You want to see a little bit of niggle. I like it.
I think we needed that. The rucks at the moment have been a bit similar, and I think it was something had to give, and I guess that was it, wasn't it?
That's my rugby. Let's carry on with rugby. Do you want time to speak to them to calm it down? Yeah, let's take it now with the penalty, okay? Look, if there's anything in it clearly, there'll be foul play. But live, I've got nothing. The AR is happy as well. The
there are plenty of people in the ground today who know all about this derby match. Gareth Edwards, who's sitting not that many miles away from where we're sitting.
Meters, please, then put the time on.
The veteran of many of these fixtures, the old Cardiff against Llanelli.
No, I'm put time on now with the ball.
You don't get a bigger legend than that, do you? And so Gareth Edwards, that's what happened. It's offside from Plumtree. Bevan takes it at the wrong time, jumps into the tackle. De Beer wiggles the finger. Henry Thomas comes in with a push.
Knock on. Offside. Thank you, Keith.
Then it's just man bags.
I'll follow your number.
It was playground at your local primary school, wasn't it?
It's 7:22, yeah. For red, edge of the white, please.
There's Tinus de Beer.
Hold it there, 2 balls.
Brought up on the hard pitches of the old East Rand in South Africa. Young Mpumalanga Pumas out there in Witbank.
Okay.
Not had much of a chance this season so far, but obviously Callum Sheedy coming in, showed really well in the second half against Glasgow.
1 metre, blue, in.
But it's a positive for Cardiff to have someone like De Beer and Callum Sheedy. If things don't go right, they've got the option. And at half-back as well.
Taine Plumtree.
Okay, leave
getting hold of Dan Thomas there, but Cardiff have it. Ellis Bevan.
Stay back.
Here's Donnell. Henry Thomas really putting himself about today. There's Byrne. You can see the Scarlets 22. Ben Thomas. Tinus de Beer, long pass off the right hand. Awkward bounce for Dan Thomas. And that offered him the sort of bounce that only an artificial pitch can deliver.
Yeah, frustrating. They actually executed it really well because Scarlets overfolded, and then they had a chance. I think they had Gareth Davies and Wayne playing Plumtree on the edge, and they only had to go through hands really to get to the edge. And obviously, De Beer's thrown the old missed few, and then the bounce of the ball's not in favour. But you can see where Cardiff are trying to do. They're obviously trying to get Scarlets to overfold and then beat them coming back.
Two-handed catch from Plumtree. That's Eddie James. Eddie James, who made his Wales debut during the summer. Little chip over the top, that's meant for Rogers.
Feet on the ground.
Sat up there for Cam Winnett. You could see how Winnett almost tried to exaggerate the amount of time he spent in the air to give himself more time to deal with it. Ben Thomas almost got through. Harri Millard having the turn to collect. He's got Teddy Williams alongside him, but rather sensibly keeps hold of it himself. They'll start again, but the ball has gone forward. Lots
of mistakes from Cardiff among the space out there. I think the Scarlets defended that well. It'd been quite easy to have bitten in on Ben Thomas then when they won the ball back. Initially, good play from Scarlets. There's a lot of space behind for the little chip over. But Cardiff realigned really quickly. Watch this now. There you go. It'd be quite easy for someone just to bite in. He's waiting for Gareth Davies to just nibble in, make the decision for him. He doesn't, he stays out. There's been a couple of balls like that for Cardiff where just maybe a lack of accuracy.
Yeah, certainly not. They haven't got the accuracy in the attack breakdown at the moment, are they, Shanks? You know, in terms of just getting that first man over, ball away. You know, it's either a bit of a counter ruck, then a stamp, and then it's slow, and then the Scarlets are getting round. But yeah, fair play, Scarlets defended well. Could have easily bitten in, and then Cardiff are down the wing then, aren't they?
Scrum.
The Scarlets, by the way, aiming for a 5th straight win here. That would be quite an achievement.
Thank you.
Early days, they lead by 6 points to 0.
No team really at the moment dominating this game, are they? No one really making their mark on it. You know, Scarlets got a 6-point lead. They've just taken advantage of a bit of ill discipline. Fair play that Johan Loy's just nailed his kicks, but it is quite scrappy at the moment.
But it is very competitive. Last night, if you were watching, Glasgow beating Zebra Palmer in the only game of the evening by 33 points to 3. Glasgow top of the league at the moment. Rey Lee-Lo getting his man around the bootlaces. It is still there though for the Scarlets. Taine Plumtree waiting for it. There he is.
Hughes.
Captain Josh McLeod.
Ball was lifted.
Johan Lloyd, quick hands. Johnny Williams once more. Just holding on to the pass there to Tom Rogers. Here's Henry Thomas.
I think this is where you're talking about the 9-10 combination in terms of just when to decide to play and when to probably kick a little bit earlier than the other. You know, they're getting stuck in between that 15 at the moment.
Well, a mistake by Johan Lloyd, probably the first of the day. Rey Lee-Lo, maybe a chance to counter. Lee-Lo changing direction. For a while, I'm not sure he thought he really knew which way he was going, but it's going to happen. There's Assirati, Ben Thomas, Tinus de Beer, space now for Cardiff. Efan Daniel just coming in field. Yes. Here's Ellis Bevan. Onto Lawrence. The Cardiff fans discovering their voices. Dan Thomas. Crucial tackle against the outflow. It's a collector's item for Harri Millard. Well, Harri Millard tries at this level a rare boost. His first on his home ground since January 2023. That was in the Challenge Cup.
This is where the attack comes from. You can see Plumtree shoots out the line. You've got to be connected in a defensive system. That allows Cardiff to get on the outside. You just think if he stays connected, it's easier for the Scarlets to defend. Cardiff don't get on the front foot. And then that's a superb offload from Dan Thomas, man of the moment at the moment. Such a good signing he's been for Cardiff. And what about that support line? Kathy from Millard, something you'd be happy with?
Yeah, you know, he's worked really hard because obviously he was on this side of the field. He's gone over the other side to source that ruck, and he's worked round and he's got on the end of something. You know, usually those runs you don't really, you know, that effort sometimes is not rewarded. So yeah, all fair play to him.
Yeah, how many times do you run that support line and not get the ball? But you've got to keep running them on that chance that it does happen. Another shot out the line there from the Scarlets. This time it was Van Der Merwe. It's just a dog-legged defence, and it's easy for Cardiff to pick off the space.
Yeah, they just got over the gain line. It was quick ruck, you know, even it was one-on-one tackling, which is why Dan Thomas was able to offload that ball, and it was a great offload off the deck. You know, that's a lot harder skill than it looks.
Crucial try for Harri Millard in the reverse fixture a fortnight ago. I wonder how much that one will come to count in the next hour or so. Tinus de Beer straight into touch.
Yeah, I like that. There's sometimes you want to keep the ball in, keep the tempo high. They've just scored. Kick it out, reset, and go after the Scarlets now.
1 metre red.
Well, we got the alteration at hooker for Cardiff. Dafydd Hughes is on, a former Scarlet.
In and set, line, red. Let's go.
Taine Plumtree taking it two-handedly, but with a bit of help from one or two blue jerseys over on the far side. The referee decides that's not straight. Well, it's a bit of a concern here to Cardiff if we bear in mind, first of all, they're down to effectively their number 4 hooker, and we had uncontested scrums last week. It's very early in the contest to be down to your second hooker.
And as we saw last week, if you can't put a front row up and it is uncontested, then you do lose a player. So it'll be a little bit worrying times for Cardiff, losing someone so early.
Crunch! Bind!
Yes, I mentioned the fact that Dafydd Hughes is former Scarlet. Between times, he was at alongside Alun Lawrence at the Jersey Reds. Another one who lost his job about a year ago. Here's Ben Thomas. There's Tinus de Beer. Can Winnett. Space here again for Millard. Well, I'm not sure that came off his foot in quite the style it was meant to.
Got the best person to talk us through that kick next to me here. Alex Cuthbert.
I've done a few of them in my time, I'm not going to lie. Somehow it's worked out. You know, it's great attacking play, isn't it? You know, Mason Grady coming from the outside, just being that extra man, just to hold Tommy Rogers here, great ball. Cam Winnett, good ball here. Obviously, you can see the option here. You know, wingers, fullbacks come up early, and there is space in behind. We spoke about it early, but not quite executed.
Thomas, are you taking a pop at my co-commentator?
We've all done it. It is very hard to kick the ball when you're running at full pelt.
Him and I are good mates. Can you explain where that one's come from?
He always tries to get one in on me all the time.
They'll come in, stay on your line.
Now see with the cat back from the sin bin. 27 minutes gone at the Arms Park.
Blue 16. 16 blue, side entry.
I must say, this is club rugby at its best. One or two standing spots in the corner are vacant. The odd blue seat you can see, but it's almost a full house. More than 12,000 in.
Sun's out. Great conditions, really. Maybe a little bit of a wind, but it doesn't matter. It's what people want to come to see. You know, you look at the weather, right? It's a nice day, Saturday afternoon. Let's get down the Arms Park, watch a Welsh derby. Everyone's happy. You know, we're just waiting for this game to really light up at the moment.
Surely it's better atmosphere than 80,000 people at Croke Park, isn't it, I think?
And we've got in the box, we've got Alex Cuthbert, outstanding wing, and my spit and polish mate Shanklin.
Release!
Davies. Back to Ioan Lloyd, onto the left foot that time. Not entirely convincing, but it may well have worked, but that's a great catch. Mason Grady making himself the Lord of the Skies. Tinus de Beer, Cam Winnett, Teddy Williams, Rogers missing the tackle. Isn't too expensive though. Assirati with a dummy, not the most convincing if we're going to be honest. Here's Bevan. Well, Harri Millard, I think, may well have lost that forward, but the referees decided to let it go. Here's Lawrence, opportunity out wide if they want to go there. Here's Donnell.
Leave 12.
Cardiff starting to play with some confidence now. Pass out there, well, that was forward. Out to Mason Grady, directly opposite us.
That was the one, Ellis Bevan, that kick was perfect, on the money, made a nuisance, won the 50-50, worked it really well, Cardiff. I thought they would have come down short side, you know, they had numbers, didn't they, but you know, obviously their game plan is trying to get that width. Just another execution error again, isn't it?
I don't know who I'm scared for more, Cardiff or Scarlets, when you see players shooting out the line, because there's intercepts that could be on. You know, you could, Scarlets, someone like Van Der Merwe can hit a man and ball, and just annihilate him, or you can play around the outside of him.
Let's go pitch side. Elif, what have you got for us?
I'm here with one of the Scarlets coaches, Emyr Phillips. Emyr, you've been guilty maybe on the defensive side of maybe shooting on the line quite early. Are those parts of the messages coming down?
Yeah, look, we want to be aggressive in defence. We want to go and get the ball. So boys got a licence to do that. Just probably a couple of better decisions within it as well.
But as for this game, it's so tight. It's been stop-start for very much the first half. How do you make sure that you take a grasp on this game now?
Yeah, look, this wind is really significant, and obviously we've got to manage some of the yellow card time. But look, we just got to take opportunities. Like I said, this wind has been really, really significant. It's probably thrown us a little bit, but we've got to put some points on the board now. Scrum is looking okay, so hopefully we can build our way up the field here.
And is it just a case of managing these conditions, the sellout crowd, the atmosphere, as well as that wind you mentioned?
Yeah, of course. Boys want to get after each other, but look, we've come here with a plan, so hopefully we can keep ball and start executing that plan.
Emyr, thanks for your time.
Sure.
Emyr Phillips says that the wind is throwing the Scarlets a bit, but I think it's worth making the point that it's helping them perhaps more than it is Cardiff.
Yeah, it's always handy when you've got a little bit of wind behind you. You know, makes things easier exiting, you know, especially tactically kicking as well. It's a massive factor, the wind. It's not like a 10-point wind. It is definitely in favour. It means someone like Johan Lloyd should be able to get this kick near to Cardiff's 22.
That's what the penalty's for, really. The cross and standing up, yeah.
Not a bad start so far, just dropped one ball really, unopposed, but you just get excited when he gets the ball in hand, which is what fans want, which people watching this game want. You want to see someone that wants to take on players and play positively.
100%, you know, even that Scotland game we showed with Wales last year, that what he can do is just want to see more of it.
There's Lloyd.
Okay.
Right on cue, getting through one tackle. Gareth Davies onto his captain, Josh Macleod, who's forced back. Penalty advantage. Davies, so dangerous around the fringes, is a real athlete. There's Craig. Up to the 22, they're still playing that penalty advantage to the Scarlets. That's Lousi.
Yes.
He's still going as the lock forward. It's Williams. Johan Lloyd getting through one tackle. Held up by his opposite number. And look at this from the Scarlets. They're carrying their way to the try line. Davies has got it. Referee says advantage is over. Johan Nicholas within touching distance. Here's Davies once more. Goes himself. And the Scarlets get the score. Gareth Davies. His 53rd league try. 2 in this fixture 12 months ago, 2 last week against Connacht, and now 1 here.
You have to say the Scarlets massively deserve that. So many good passes of play. Watch the leg drive here, doesn't give up. Tinus de Beer can't do anything. You've got 2 players driving him. Some huge carries there from Marnus Van Der Merwe. But Gareth Davies started this play with a half a break, and he's finished it with one of the easiest tries he'll ever score. Bread and butter to a player of that calibre.
So it's the first time Scarlets have had the ball, isn't it? You just made phases, put Cardiff under pressure. We spoke about earlier about some of the Scarlets players flying out the line. Cardiff did the exact same, didn't they? Josh McNally came out, missed the tackle, gave Scarlets that, getting in behind them, and then it was all pressure on Cardiff there. And that was a great try. Gareth Davies around the edge. Exactly what Gareth Davies does, week in, week out.
Well, this to re-establish that 6-point lead, and it's his first miscue of the season.
Gareth Davies scored, but Johan Lloyd featured heavily in it as well. A couple of breaks, half breaks, took it to the line, didn't give the pass, held on to it. But that's what the Scarlets can do when they can keep ball for prolonged periods. They can put teams under pressure. Just need to see more of it.
The last 5 minutes of this first half. There's Johan Lloyd onto Nicholas.
Now pause there, lads. Right in front, hold.
Oh, that's a great kick. Really good. Had to bounce because they brought it back inside the 22. Off the left peg. Judged to perfection.
Thank you. Scarlets.
Not the only one, of course, but that a skill that sometimes separated Johnny Wilkinson from many. Keeps defenders asking or wondering if you can kick off both feet. That's exactly what Johan Lloyd demonstrated there. There's Tinus de Beer. Lawrence. Good carry from the number 8. Ooh, what a save. We'll feel that one up here. Big hit from Johnny Williams. Dan Thomas plays scrum half. Ed Byrne had to be quite sharp to pick that one up. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Bevan, little poke over the top. Gareth Davies.
He wishes. Well, we all wish.
Tinus de Beer. Taine Plumtree holding on to him. There's Ben Thomas.
Hughes! As you are 5, stay. Use it!
See how that's being held up in the wind. Johan Nicholas. There's Van Der Merwe. James.
Right.
Gareth Davies. Tinus de Beer just looking straight into the sunshine. Oh, the pass. Dare I say was flat. One or two spectators in replica Scarlet jerseys on the far side wouldn't have necessarily agree with that. The arm is out from the referee. It's a penalty advantage.
You want the penalty?
Referee says, do you want the penalty? With the wind behind, you would have thought a very good chance at another 3 points. Plumtree. All very nonchalant. There goes Blair Murray, and Murray's got Plumtree inside, and Plumtree within 4 metres. Where's the support? There are plenty of Cardiff jerseys. The penalty goes against the Scarlets, but how close were they to scoring another?
Wow. Wow, Harri Millard, what a tackle.
You thought Plumtree just could have gone for the corner. I love the fact Gareth Davies said, we don't want the penalty. Nah.
Okay, we're time off.
He didn't really see him, did he? Millard comes from nowhere. This is a great view of what you'll see. Just the underarm pass. Then just a catch and give. Blair Murray, electric. Doesn't see him.
Time's off.
Tries to bulldoze him. Millard's so brave then. That's a huge moment.
Yeah. Huge moment, and then to win the penalty on the back of that as well. You know, it's unbelievable defence, scrambled defence that can't. You know what? They didn't show that last week, did they? And that's exactly what they needed today. Blair Murray, you know, sharp feet, isn't he? You've just done him inside 5 metres there, and he's looking sharp. That's what Scarlets are trying to do. It's what Owen Lloyd spoke about at the start of the game. They want to feed these guys on the edges of the ball. You know, they've got the skill set to beat players inside that 5 metre channel.
Someone like Blair Murray, is so difficult to tackle because he's got a low centre of gravity. His acceleration is huge. You know, often wingers are like someone big and tall. They've got quite a large surface to tackle. Blair Murray is just short and electric.
Well, you know about it, trying to tackle Shane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, that when Shane Williams in that corner, it was horrible to try and tackle.
Well, Tinus de Beer, who was moving a little awkwardly after that hit from Johnny Williams. Perhaps it was down to that. He's been replaced by Callum Sheedy.
It'd be a shame for Tinus de Beer to go off because he wanted to make an impact. You know, played most of the games last year. But you're replacing him with someone, I feel, better in Callum Sheedy. Maybe a kick up the backside from last week. Needs a big game today, or a big half.
Poor Callum Sheedy last week. He was run over so many times by Sione Tuipulotu, who was like a bit of roadkill by about 80 minutes.
Well, he won't be the first or the last for that to happen too.
There's Bevan. Thomas. There's Sheedy. Oh dear. His first involvement not the best, but the referee was playing the advantage.
It's the right ball to give. He's trying to push Cam Winnett on that outside line. You know, that type of pass, you don't want Cam Winnett to be able to stutter. He needs to take it going flat out and then be able to get on the outside. So penalty advantage anyway, worth trying something.
It's on the 5, okay?
One of Callum Sheedy's soft spots so far this season has been his place kicking, I guess, if you consider that in the second half he'll have the wind essentially at his back. It might help improve those kicking percentages.
This is what you want to see from teams.
Back 10, 9.
You know, penalty advantage, just be positive and have a go.
Okay, out, 8, 1 out, 1 out.
Almost certainly the last play of the half.
Blue to ground.
Scarlets leading by 11 points to 7.
Hughes.
There's Dan Thomas. On to Ed Byrne.
Run edge.
Penalty advantage. Lee-Lo. He's cut down.
Number 1.
Well, what do you do here? Kick to the corner?
I'll probably go for goal. End of the game. Turn one down earlier, come away with nothing.
What do you want, boys? What are you going to do? Corner?
Go with the corner. Like, it's unbelievably positive, it's great, which we want to see. But you just feel if they do, they've got to come away with something.
Okay, timer on the drive.
Well, this Cardiff team, who won just 4 of their 18 league matches last season, they've won 2 out of 3 so far this time. Teddy Williams with the catch.
Still the same more.
Well, the choreography at the moment looking pretty good for the men in blue. The ball's gone to ground. It's there for Ellis Bevan, who's pleading with the referee, but he's got his hands on it. Josh McNally's there, so too Ed Byrne.
Okay, we red.
Byrne, a try scorer last week. Bevan. There it is once more. This time it's Williams. Underneath the post, Bevan.
Hughes.
The instructions being barked.
His ball's there to go, boys. He's clearly there to go. He's throwing your own ball.
Here's Dad Thomas, Teddy Williams. That was Eddie James with the tackle. Josh McNally standing over it now. At the moment, the Scarlets' defence proving solid.
There's no massive width to Cardiff's attack. All very narrow. They're going for the power route.
And at the moment, that's being cancelled out.
There's the ball.
Key for the Scarlets here is not to give a penalty advantage away, give them a free shot. It'll be squeaky clean.
Hughes.
It's all rather happening in slow motion from Cardiff. That was McNally. Here's Bevan, time to go wide now. Sheedy, tackle from Gareth Davies.
No, not in the ball.
The ball's still there for Bevan.
Hughes!
The defence in position. That was Donnell.
No, Van Ed's not rolling away.
Well, there is the penalty advantage now. So Cardiff can be bold. Assirati, Sheedy, Thomas now, surely this time, winning the long pass. And Millard goes in the corner. A man who has waited for months and months and months to score a try. And here he is now, he got one a fortnight ago, and he's got two here. What a 40 minutes it's been for Harri Millard. He's not only scored two, he's saved one as well.
I'll tell you, Martin, that is great composure by Cardiff. When penalty is on, they go for the corner. They've got to go through so many phases, going from left-hand side to right-hand side. But as soon as they get that penalty advantage, they strike. Two beautiful balls there. The final one from Cam Winnett is excellent. Look at the setup here, just hiding behind. Lovely soft hands there, but that's the money ball. Beautiful pass, right to left. Millard in the corner. Really well worked try from Cardiff. Excellent try. See it on his face, can't you? Running and he knows. And he's happy.
Well, he's hobbling a bit, is Harri Millard. And then Callum Sheedy, well, he struck it pretty well, but the wind took it away. Well, what an end to the half. The derby match is living up to expectations, and it's billing. It really could still go either way. The Scarlets, who are here looking for a fifth straight win. Well, at half-time, it is the home side who lead by 12 points to 11.
East-West derby at Cardiff Arms Park. Cardiff narrowly in front as they return to the field. Scarlets looking to get themselves back into this one, and we can rejoin our commentary team. Alex Cuthbert, Tom Shanklin and Martin Gillingham.
Yes, the URC, the top 14, and of course European Rugby. The EPCR tournaments, the Champions Cup and the Challenge Cup. All here on Premier Sports. It's certainly the place to be if you're looking for the best club rugby in the world. And there is Harri Millard, very much man of the moment.
Here we go, half-time score, Cardiff 12, Scarlets 11. Come on then, Cardiff Arms Park, let's get behind the blue
So Johan Nicholas gets us back underway. The catch from Teddy Williams.
Use it!
Just a single point in it.
Use a 9!
Ellis Bevan being urged to use it.
Nice kick, Cardiff. Be very happy with that exit. Took their time, kicked on their own terms, which is key. Ellis Bevan there just had a nice platform then to clear his lines.
So Marnus Van Der Merwe, former cheetah who did spend a brief period at the Ospreys last season. Oh, and that catch in the head, I think it was Josh McLeod.
Pretty much anyone with a surname of Van Der Merwe is pretty decent. I'm trying to think of a poor one.
Well, it's been turned over, and coming away with it there is Dafydd Hughes against his former club. Assirati. Ooh, cheeky little dummy there from the tight head. Dan Thomas. Here's Cam Winnett. On to Sheedy. Mason Grady at pace. Fending them off. Bevan. Oh, offloading there to Rey Lee-Lo, who was coming through at speed but couldn't keep hold of it. Gareth Davies here, looking maybe to break away. Blair Murray didn't have too many options.
Release!
That's massive, that, isn't it? You know, beating that first defender, just giving yourself time to reassess situation, getting support, and then obviously set up for this kick here. You know, Blair Murray, that's quite clever there. You know, just trying to beat that first defender and just give Gareth Davies I would say, an easier kick, but.
Well, it's come to Cardiff, and the kick there from Gareth Davies almost cost the Scarlets dear. And it is a penalty to Cardiff.
A couple of big mistakes there from the Scarlets. One was the set piece they had with the line out. End up rebounding off someone's back or head. Just a lack of communication there. And then that was a pretty poor kick. End up going backwards, I think, from Gareth Davies.
Well, this is an interesting call.
Scarlets line.
There's 1 point between the teams. It's a derby match.
Yeah, well, they've yet to go for points in those positions. They've gone for the corner. They came away with a reward at the end of the first half. Backing themselves again. Their line-out drive's been pretty decent.
Certainly bold. Catch there from Teddy Williams. The reverse move.
Sacks immediate. Ball's there, blue.
Here's Bevan.
Okay, use it.
Once again, the instruction coming from the referee to use it. Eventually they do. Well, how well will they use it? Here's Keiron Assirati.
Leave! Sick, leave! There.
It's there once more. Dan Thomas it is who pops it up. Well, it's been turned over. And it's gone forward, and on that occasion the bold move has not worked.
No, it didn't, but what the Scarlets did so well is sack that line out. We watch it here. Comes at the back, then thrown, just sacked straight away. I think that's Henry Thomas. It's really good play, not switching off there, because sometimes you can switch off and the ball goes over the top. He doesn't, stays alert, sacks it at source, and just a good defensive shift there from the Scarlets.
That's great work by Henry Thomas, because in the first game against the Zebra, they scored 2 tries off that Cardiff, that shift break in the fall, because usually if you get that go forward and they've hit that first pod, it's a certain try, and he's read that really, really well.
Whatever happened to building the scoreboard, though, Tom? This was a test match. You'd have taken the 3 every time.
Yeah, it's not a test match, it's a derby, isn't it? You know, it's exciting, it is positive, but you just wonder.
Time off. No.
You have to go for it, especially after half-time, when they went for the corner and they came away with 5 points.
I think early on in the second half, for me, I would have gone for 3 points there. Just keep the scoreboard ticking. Scarlets, they've had the ball once, and obviously they've scored, but they're not able to build phases enough, are they? I don't think they're going to hurt Cardiff too much at the time. If you got the points there, take them, in my opinion.
See, Tom Alex thinks like me, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, there's no right or wrong there, is there? Because if they score from a line out, you'll say, of course. If they don't, you'll say, well, they should have gone for points. So I think take your hat off, because we're seeing positive rugby.
Crouch!
It's the Cardiff way, isn't it? It's what they didn't do in the first game of the season, isn't it?
Free kick to the Scarlets.
Keep a gap, please. Keep a space. Stay with 10.
Oh, Johan Lloyd, who's read just about all of his lines well today. Only one significant mistake I can recall. Obstruction in the line-out.
Stepping behind, no access. Backlifter, step behind, no access for red.
That's what Gethin Jenkins won't be happy with, is the compound of errors. You know, free kick straight into a penalty. It's just such easy field position for Scarlets, isn't it? Especially at home as well. You want to get the crowd back into the game. You know, it's a bit quiet at the moment, isn't it, on Cardiff's side?
I'd say he tapped that then.
Going back to that comment, sorry, that Johan Lloyd made before the game about the very fact that in his mind he is a 10, he wants to be a 10. How healthy is it within the same dressing room to have 2 players and not only crave the same jersey for club but also country? Is that a healthy set of circumstances?
It's probably hard for the players, but I think it's healthy for the club and for a coach, because you've got 2 players wanting to play that number 10 jersey, which means there's no complacency. You know, you've got to play well, otherwise you lose it. I think it's healthy to have. You know, if you've got 3 or 4, that's, you know, like a Leinster team. There's no point in having that, but 2 decent players wanting to go for the number 10 jersey, I think is very healthy.
But the caveat to that is then having a 10 that has been secure in his job. He knows exactly how he wants the game to go. That would be the only issue I'd have, having 2 10s who are competing for the same position.
Good carry again there from Johnny Williams. Here's Alex Craig. Johan Lloyd onto Lousi. Lousi doing well to get that away to Johan Lloyd, who ducks through, and Lloyd's got a 2-on-1, and it's simple and straightforward, and Gareth Davies gets his second. Are you watching Warren Gatland? That's the message that Johan Lloyd will be sending. He created that, and Davies it was who finished it off.
Wow, just talking of the value, you know, what a try. Being the first defender, a bit of footwork, straight through the guy. He just showed his pace, you know, his awareness of where the defender is banged, straight through, beating Assirati into space. And then Gareth Davies, like all good lines, straight on his shoulder again. You know, that is a try out of nothing, wasn't it, Tom? You know, in terms of they weren't really going anywhere. He's just made Cardiff have defended that really well, just giving Owen Lloyd that one little bit of space, and what a try, and great support play. Gareth Davies with another double again.
He's in the top 10 for defenders beaten so far in this league, and that is exactly why. Nothing on, steps inside, links with Gareth Davies, try. Simple.
Well, in off the cushion.
You'll have to shake that off.
Yeah, he's down as 2 points, not pitches.
Well, it was Josh McNally who was caught a little bit flat-footed there by Johan Lloyd. And Gareth Davies has repeated the days from 12 months ago when he scored 2 tries here in that Scarlets victory.
Back 16. Hughes!
That, you may recall, was perhaps a match which hinged on an incident involving Ellis Jenkins. Ellis Jenkins getting himself sent off.
Tackle made.
Donnell there with the carry.
Hughes! That's good.
Little dummy there from Dafydd Hughes.
Back.
Dan Thomas. Ben Thomas. Josh McNally. Lee-Lo just keeping the ball alive, and then I think that went forward. Certainly off a Scarlet's hand, and the Scarlet's hand was first, so it will be a scrum and a Cardiff ball.
It's like what you said, Alex, in the first half, just Cardiff didn't come back down the short side. What happened here? Just got a little bit too congested. They couldn't get enough width because it was so tight. And maybe McNally can hold that himself. Didn't really give Rey Lee-Lo much of a chance down the right-hand side.
Keep his gap.
But there is space there.
I don't really listen in the first half. I don't want to listen in the second half.
It's definitely something Matt Sherritt would have spoken to him about. You know, the amount of times that there were opportunities to come back down there. That's something he likes. You know, those 21 plays. You know, the hits up round the corner and then beat them back. I think, like you said, just a little bit too congested. I noticed Winnett was on the wing there. Maybe he could have floated on the open side just to give that bit of space. And Josh McNally, you know, going at the man and looking to draw. But yeah, the dangers there of Scarlets. They do look really short on their short side, don't they?
Set! Hold it!
Gatland due to name as well a squad for the November series in 9 days' time. Test matches against Fiji, Australia, and the world champion South Africa for the second time in just a matter of months.
We saw something similar, which we might see if we can get a decent scrum here. Was Mason Grady against Glasgow, coming from right to left on that arc.
Quickly set.
Mackenzie Martin ended up scoring the try.
1 and 3 gone in.
I think
1 and 3
Cardiff executed it so well last week. They might look to do that again, because what you want to see, Alex, is that guy in shot with a bit of room.
100%. You know, he's the X-factor player in the Cardiff team. I think what they're trying to do is they try and sit down Johnny Williams there, and what they do is they make Tom Rogers make a decision. Does he come in on Winnett maybe coming short, or does he stay out on Mason Grady on the arc run? And we could, you know, could see Harri Millard scoring in the corner for a hat-trick if they execute this well.
Bevan. There goes Ben Thomas. Makes some meters there in midfield. Getting a bit of momentum. Sheedy once more, just getting spun around by Johnny Williams. That was a timely intervention. They continue to work the short side. Bevan once more. Lawrence. Good carry again from the number 8. Sheedy.
Players fall in, I got no foul play.
Sheedy with the dummy, but getting himself wrapped up.
Turnover's good.
It's been turned over. Josh McLeod. Gareth Davies just getting caught.
Step. Use it!
Lousi setting up the bridgehead.
Can use
Lloyd
it, Red.
is deep inside his in-goal area.
Stay behind, on the 6 back.
And Gareth Davies looking to take this himself. Doesn't
on
find
wide.
touch. Here's Winnett. Ooh, almost got through the gap.
No.
Sheedy. Ben Thomas. Thumping hit, that time from Eddie James.
Player fall in, no foul play.
A penalty going the way of the Scarlets. And not for the first time this afternoon. Things just threatening to boil over a little.
Thumper of a hit by Eddie James. But Cardiff managed to get the ball away. I think if Millard can take that cleanly, there's enough time for him to catch and give where the space is on the outside. He just juggles with it slightly.
To hold in, I got no foul play. Got no foul play, and this breakdown on the last one. Team almost treated.
I thought there might have been an opportunity off the kick. You know, I think it was a longer kick, gave him option. A lot of Scarlets play, a lot of Scarlets forwards in that area of the field. I thought 1-2 pass, they may have got to an edge a bit quicker, but that's a great read, isn't it? Eddie James absolutely nailed his man.
Look, you can see him juggle it here, just turns his back, then falls over. Johan Nicholas is in straight away. Catches that clean. There's enough time to draw and pass.
It's great work at the breakdown, isn't it, by Tommy Rogers there. You know, that's a key moment. They do win that, then they go down blind, and they're really under the pump, aren't they? And that's a key time to win that turnover.
Alteration at tight head for Cardiff. Rhys Litterick is on. He replaces Keiron Assirati.
Okay, one receiver.
Dan Davis is back on his feet after getting some treatment. They're wearing 7. He was the player who was the victim of the tip tackle last year by Ellis Jenkins in this fixture, which proved a turning point, and the red card which sent Cardiff down to 14 men. Penalty advantage now being played to the Scarlets. Oh, the ball being spilled by Kemsley Mathias, but it is the penalty.
18 blue.
And Rhys Litterick.
Make an impact.
Yes, he's been on
in one way or the other.
3.5 seconds, and he's already racked up a penalty against his name.
It's what we spoke about, isn't it? Penalty into another penalty. It's just such easy field position for Scarlets. You know, that these are the areas that Cardiff have really got to pull back a bit. You know, the penalty count is rising. It's just given a foothold to Scarlets.
Go for goal. Go for goal.
Shot called.
Kicked really well in the first half. You know, you nail that, all of a sudden then you're looking at 21-12. Start building the score.
Yeah. Early contact on you guys.
Well, the significance, or special significance, of course, is the fact that this will take, if successful, the Scarlets
the clock's on after
more than a converted try ahead.
No, I'm fine, I'm good.
No shortage of confidence for this fella, and I think it was a point you guys were making before kick-off. He's been a versatility player, or at least seen as one. That's what he did at Bristol. Full-back, wing, midfield, fly half, very occasionally.
He's going to have to rush now.
10 seconds.
The shot clock.
He's down to 10. Okay. Gareth Davies is on the wrong side of the ball. Johan Lloyd makes a horrible hash of it.
Blue, stop, blue, 7!
That's best forgotten.
Stop, back!
Nicholas. Mason Grady there making the tackle. Here's Lousi.
Stay, boys, that's good.
Just losing their shape a bit, Scarlets, aren't they? They're really narrow. Look, Tom Rogers is on the edge there, and he's inside the 15. You know, they're just quite easy to defend at the moment.
There's Dan Davis. Johnny Williams. Johan Nicholas coming into the line. Gareth Davies. Johan Lloyd feeding the ball on. Moving towards the hour mark. Josh McLeod presenting the ball for his scrum half. Gareth Davies pokes it over the top.
Blue retreat. Blue back.
Good kick
Blue
there
back.
from Cam Winnett.
Blue back.
Well, that was nimble from Jan Lloyd. Here's Blair Murray, but the flag is up from the assistant over on the far side. Might be worth another look, that one.
This one's quick.
Watch this here. Oh, he's fine.
Guys,
That's a great bit of skill, isn't it?
Number 2 and number 1.
That takes some doing, that does. Not everyone can do it. The skillful
You've got to know exactly where your feet are.
Okay, captains.
You've got to keep your eye on the ball. I mean, you guys know more about this than I do. And he's been denied.
Blue captains. Okay, guys, the TMO has confirmed that we clearly got that touch decision wrong. So red were last in possession, so I'm not going to give you the line out. I'll restart with scrum to red. Okay?
Oh, I like that.
Scrum,
yeah,
red
I like
ball.
that.
So do I, because you just feel
no touch.
if Cardiff
It's halfway back to the pavilion.
He knew very well what was coming, didn't he? You know, we always, as a winger or fullback, usually in those situations, you know straight away if you have an attempt to get it. It's actually a great attempt by Alun Lawrence, isn't it? Get the offload away.
Nothing more. Perfect.
No, he's covered. Plumtree's there. Nothing obvious.
Let's have the mid. Line. Boys, nothing like the mid.
Mackenzie Martin
Cover him.
has come off the bench.
Okay, sub the mid.
So too Jim Botham. So Matt Sherritt playing a couple of important cards with a one-man advantage. They've been thrown a lifeline of Cardiff.
Keep it bind one. Keep it bind.
And this, if you're a Cardiff fan, is moving in the right direction. Well, the referee has awarded the penalty try.
I think that'll be the yellow card followed as well, I think, for someone.
That's a very good point.
18.
And he's doing just that. The Scarlets down to 13.
Double whammy for the Scarlets. What about 2 minutes they've had. Tom Rogers yellow card for a deliberate knock-on. And Sam Wainwright straight off.
Deja vu, isn't it, from the game 2 weeks ago? 2 yellow cards in quick succession around this sort of period of time. You know, key area of the field, and discipline just letting the Scarlets down again.
18.
It was a try anyway.
Number 6. Number 6. You're back on 6, yellow card. Yeah, 6
Well, Sam Wainwright goes off.
Had the wrong number.
And going off is actually the captain, Josh McLeod.
No, it's fine. Good work.
It's those situations, isn't it, Shanks, where you think if the referee just seen them dab it down for a try, you know, you at least save a player and every player on the field, isn't it? It's a massive call, really.
Looked like a try without being a yellow card. Penalty try, sorry.
So 12 minutes to go. What would you rather have? A 6-point lead or an additional 2 men?
He couldn't avoid being touched with the balls, just a scrum. Couldn't avoid being touched with the balls, it's just a scrum.
10 minutes. You've got to speed the game up, and you can't do that.
Yeah, the stats when teams go down to 14 men, even 13 men, are incredibly high, isn't it, in terms of just keeping phase of ball and points scored is massive. So it'll be interesting to see if Cardiff can capitalise on that.
Boys, stop fighting with the bind, keep it level. Don't try and turn them in,
Cardiff fluffed their lines that time.
There's enough time for that ball in the air, just for someone to command that. I mean, look at that shot there. That's 4 backs. Gonna go wide off this?
It's so tough. You've got Blair Murray who's having to cover in behind the scrum and blindside, you know. There's a big blindside there, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, you've got Johnny Williams in the scrum on this left-hand side.
Could be every back in this first ruck, I think, just to win it.
Well, I think it's probably fair to say that the Scarlets will not be moving particularly quickly over the course of the next 10 minutes or so. They will be slowing things down.
You're both hitting down, you work hard to get up, okay? Let's not hit down.
I think we'll have seen quicker funereal marches in red square than we'll see from these men in red.
Thank you.
Johnny Williams thrown into the blindside flanker role.
Crouch!
He's too good looking to be in there, isn't he?
Bind!
Doesn't look right.
Set!
The big question is, does he really know what he's doing?
Use!
Here's Gareth Davies. Eddie James. Gareth Davies. Johnny Williams.
Now you're going into end, ball is out. Leave it!
There is the ball for the Scarlets.
I wouldn't mind Johan Lloyd now for a Scarlets fan just sitting in the pocket, maybe having a stab at 3 points. Going for the drop goal.
Away, blue!
It's going to be hard to penetrate this Cardiff defence. 2 men down.
The 2 fellas alongside me today really owning their call. That was a good call, that one, Tom. They lead by 6. Another 3 points really would give absolutely vital breathing space here for the Scarlets, but perhaps the moment has passed now.
You pulled him over.
Yeah, then on the other side is discipline, isn't it, for Cardiff? You know, just not giving Scarlets an in. You know, it's going to be one-up runners.
And it's been knocked on.
That's a bit about game management, Martin. That's just about the Scarlets inside Cardiff's 22.
Okay, time off.
As I said, it's going to be really difficult to score.
Number 4, lad, sub. Number 4.
Van Lloyd just could have slipped into that pocket, gone for it.
I think with the experience of Gareth Davies there, they would have been looking at that, but maybe then thinking that the wind is just a little bit too strong.
Let's go pitch side. Heleth, what do you got for us?
Sideline, you happy?
I've got Johnny Goodridge, part of the Cardiff coaching staff with me. Johnny, how important was it that you scored that try, got the penalty try to get yourselves back in this game?
Oh, it was massively important. We spoke at half-time about trying to keep our discipline second half. That didn't work out in the first 10 minutes. They got off the back of a few of our penalties, but to come back in with that try there was massive for us.
And also, you've got a 2-man advantage now as well. How do you work that to your favour?
I think it's just trying to speed the game up now. We've got about 5 minutes left when they've got 14 or 13, so it's just trying to speed that game up, keep the ball as much as we can and try and put as much pressure on.
Also, the Scarlets' blitz defence has been fast, has been strong. How do you make sure you deal with that in this last 5 minutes?
So we spoke about just keeping our depth a bit more, maybe tightening up, making their line speed work against them. So that was the key thing at half-time.
Johnny, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Mason Grady taking play up to within 15 metres of halfway.
A lot of width to Cardiff's play now because that's where the space is.
The Scarlets have to defend for their lives. There's Ben Thomas, and there's the space, and Rey Lee-Lo, and that's Hamer-Webb knocking on the outside, and Hamer-Webb, and that, well, he got the ball down, but did Blair Murray do enough?
I think he has. I think he's in touch. I'm going to call it early, I reckon. That's an unbelievable effort from Blair Murray there.
Even if it is a try, that is a brilliant lesson on how to defend as a winger. Yeah, his foot's in touch, I think, just before he puts it down. But what Blair Murray doesn't do, doesn't sell himself, doesn't commit to the tackle, stays out, stays on his feet. And Hamer-Webb is no slouch, Carthy. He's done exceptionally well, even just to get back there and make a tackle. Watch the foot. Yeah, foot's in touch. Try-saving tackle. Had one from Harri Millard in the first half. Got one from Blair Murray now.
Yeah, that's top. That is top defence by Blair Murray there. You know, he could have easily just bit in and just taken the 2-on-1, but He's made him pass early and he's worked hard. What he's done well is he's ended up putting Hamer-Webb's fend down and just having an opportunity to get him into touch. I think Taine Plumtree would be thanking him there because he was the one that shot out the line that gave Ben Thomas that break.
Okay, bring him on. Time off. First time's off. Number 10. 10, sub.
Ryan Elias using the towel to dry the ball.
Replacing number 10, Ioan Lloyd.
Well, Ioan Lloyd leaving us. Quite a time to make a call like this.
Yeah, massive time to make a call. Been a little bit surprised, you know, he's been very good so far in this game. Maybe they just brought Sam Costello on just to play a bit more pragmatic. It's kicking game.
Well, however much you warm up, you inevitably must come into matches a little bit cold, but in discipline once more from Cardiff. Bear in mind it's still 13 against 15.
Yeah, this will be building, won't it, with the Cardiff players, you know, the frustration, like, right, we got to score, but it's just about taking the time, being patient. What they're going to do, they're going to kick the ball back to you, you have another starter, and you go from there.
Let's go. Let's play.
Well, it's rising to a crescendo.
It's a great lesson now for anyone watching this, kids, adults, what not to do.
Left on the yellow.
You don't bite in, you stay out like Blair Murray does. You can see him coming into shot, doesn't sell himself, just shadows the pass, then he's able to make that tackle. That is superb defending.
Okay. The front row down fine. But if he is up and he handles, I'm going to go free kick. Okay?
Frustration growing at the Arms Park, particularly amongst the home fans. Alec Hepburn getting some treatment. The clock has stopped, so it's not like a game of football where the clock keeps on running.
Like Arsenal Man City the other week.
What it does allow, of course, of the 13 men to get together, have a chat. What sort of things are being said out there now?
Keep it tight, slow it down, you know, just discipline, no mistakes, just keep hold of ball.
Yeah, it's knowing when to play and then kick, isn't it? They're in that area of field where they're probably going to have to kick Cardiff back the ball, and then it's what it is, discipline on the back of that, isn't it? It's not dipping your head into every single rut, fanning out, getting width.
Right, Elias.
It's fine, jump into space.
Plucked out of the air by Taine Plumtree.
17, stay! Right, now go, now go. Off the leg, 6.
Still more than 7 minutes to go.
He's through the middle, 4. 16, stay!
That will feel like an age for the men in Scarlet.
Turned it. This is huge now, huge for Cardiff, because you think of all the players, 2 players that Scarlets are missing, there's going to be room out there. And they might be better off just not playing with 2 flankers, just playing with the number 8.
Yeah, this is an awful position to defend the scrum. You know, the full width of the field and with 2 men off the park. I think they're going to use Mason Grady here, just to use his gas as he got 1-on-1 v Johnny Williams there. I think, you know, there's only 1 winner there, so Blair Murray's going to have to cover and be that extra defender. And it'll be interesting to see how early Johan Nicholas comes into the line.
Is there a coaching textbook, how you defend 15 against 13?
Yeah, there will be. They would have thought about all the possibilities.
Go.
It's easier said than done. It's the good teams are the teams that can find the space, find the weakness. You know, if anything, it's for Cardiff is a little bit too far to that right-hand side, so they don't need. Scarlets don't need that blindside cover.
Yeah, and Gareth Davies, what he can do is put so much pressure on Alun Davies here. If he does that, it could be a bad pass a bit further back, then he can work back in the line. All it does is just give Scarlets time, or enough time to get round.
From an attacking perspective, how do you break a defence down?
You've got to hold 10 or 12 here. That's the key. You get them on their heels, then there's going to be space. You've got Mason Grady come around the blind side.
Yeah, make them make a decision, isn't it? 1-on-1.
Alun Davies.
Away, boys.
On to Ben Thomas. Sheedy. Mason Grady. Johnny Williams chased him. Hamer-Webb popping up again, this time on the opposite flank. They're up to the 22. Patience key here for Cardiff. Ben Thomas just trying to hand off Taine Plumtree. Davies, Josh McNally, Sheedy, Lee-Lo, now the space out wide, but it goes straight to Johnny Williams. Cardiff careless again. They've turned it over again, though, with Cardiff. They will get another bite. Clock says we're inside the last 5 minutes. That time it's Donnell. Here's Alun Lawrence. Jim Botham. Davies once more, and this time it's gone forward.
Johnny Williams there, the ball comes off his back, he's able to catch it. He's turned his back, Lee-Lo's trying to link. But I tell you, Johnny Williams has not let Mason Grady out of his sight. Every time Mason Grady's gone round that outside, Johnny Williams has covered him. It's been excellent defending.
Yeah, unbelievable defence there, wasn't it? Mason Grady had plenty of space and room, and he managed him just to push him to the touchline. What it does, just give them time, less space for Cardiff.
Lee-Lo holds it. You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get to Cam Winnett, but Johnny Williams is just in the way, and that's enough.
They're not biting in, are they? That's what they're doing. You know, that the double pump by Rey Lee-Lo, just trying to get Johnny Williams to bite into him when Eddie James hits him, but him staying out there, you know, ended up forcing that mistake there, and Lousi getting away with it from through the ruck there. So big reprieve for Scarlets, and this is a big scrum under the sticks here. You know, want to just get a good exit.
I get it. Scrum. Let's go. Yes, please, Red. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, both come forward with a mark.
Cardiff have to attack this scrum,
no
don't they?
Chase, no soft.
Got to.
Square, all the way out.
But this ball won't be staying in for long. They want a clean strike from the hooker. Straight back to number 8's feet and pick and go.
Bind.
Tom Rogers is back on as well, which
set.
Now they're down to 14.
Well, there's been a bit of luck along the way, but you have to praise the way the Scarlets have managed the 13-man period. They've still got one man missing.
So well, Martin. You know, worked really hard defensively. They haven't been able to blitz, but they've been able to drift. And then it's just about the cover on the inside.
Yeah, they defended really well as a unit today, haven't they? Literally all for themselves, you know, everything, 110%.
Ben Thomas onto Lee-Lo, who just for a moment looked as if he was through. There's Alun Davies, Josh McNally. The Scarlets have to make every tackle. Here's Hamer-Webb, being held up by Gareth Davies and also by Sam Lousi. And it was held up, and the scrummage will be the Scarlets, and now the Cardiff frustration is boiling over, and Ryan Elias, I think, becoming a peacemaker as much as anything. I think he was trying to save Teddy Williams from himself a bit there, was the Wales hooker.
Going back to that turnover, unbelievable defence by Gareth Davies, and then Lousi just coming underneath.
No, he's clearly dropped. They got a player at a legal height. They got no foul play. If he's dropping, not much you can do. Thank you. Boys, I've blown the whistle. There's 3 minutes left in the game. I don't know what you're trying to do, but it ends now. I don't want to give any more yellow cards, but you might have to tie my hands. Calm it down and go back, please. Okay, what we got? Scrum. Oh, yes. More, isn't it? Yes. Finish. You all up. Okay. All up, blue, all up.
Well, you can see that yellow card has now disappeared with Josh McLeod on the pitch, so Cardiff have not made anything like as much as perhaps they should have done with a two-man advantage.
Same, square.
3 minutes remaining.
Good fight, keep that elbow up, good.
But it's got almost test match intensity, is this?
Oh, it's been exciting all the way through. We saw in the first game of the season, the Dragons and the Ospreys, and the Dragons scoring right in the 80th minute. I mean, there's 6 points in it. But Cardiff are going to need the ball inside the Dragons 22. Got to put pressure on this scrum, got to put massive pressure on this kick. Try and get the ball back, try and put pressure on the kick so the kick's forced and they get possession inside Scarlets 22.
And the Scarlets will be keenly aware that they've been bitten twice already in the opening 3 matches in the last 2 minutes of games. Failed to close out in Treviso against Benetton on the opening weekend. They came away with a draw, but that was a match they feel they should have won. Same again a week ago against Connacht when they lost by a single point. They will be desperate to get through these last 2 minutes and emerge with what will be, or would be, their first win of the season.
And they've done it the hard way as well. They've had to dig really deep. Now it's about concentration levels now. They're back to full 15. It's about clarity of your role, not switching off.
Fighting in the middle.
Teddy Williams with the catch.
Stay 6. That's once.
What have Cardiff got left? The clock says we're down to the last 90 seconds. A converted try would win it for Cardiff. Here's Winnett. Alun Davies. Oh, it's been put down. And is that the final error which determines the outcome of what has been an enthralling derby?
Let's play it, let's go.
It's just trying to go wide too early, aren't they, Cardiff? You know, they're not playing through and then trying to beat them around the edge.
Well, fellas, final minute. Outcome almost decided. Player of the match.
I think there's been some huge performances. I think the Scarlets pack have been really physical. Johnny Williams defensively and attack has been awesome too, but the BKT URC player of the match is Johan Lloyd, featured so heavily in a lot of Scarlets attack. 3 tries they've scored, 2 he's been heavily involved with, the Davies try and the Williams try. So he is our BKT URC player of the match.
The man who would be 10. He's certainly put in quite a performance today. Now, can his mates out on the pitch just get through these last few seconds? Gareth Davies, 2 tries here. It's back to Costello, it's into touch. And the Scarlets have done it. A 5th straight win at the Arms Park. A dramatic match. A catalogue of missed opportunities for Cardiff, but you have to say, when they were presented to the Scarlets, they took them.
Got to take your hat off to the Scarlets and the way they closed out that game. Not been able to do it so far this season in 3 rounds, but they had to go through a lot of pain to see out this result. Cardiff had the chances though, didn't they, Cuthy?
They did, they certainly did. You know, all the pressure coming into this game, I think we were on the Scarlets, weren't they? And they needed a win. You know, they haven't seen out the last 3 games to get that. And Cardiff, I think they're going to be so disappointed. You know, 13 men with the last 10 minutes and not score a point. I think, you know, that'll be something they're going to look to on Monday morning. But yeah, all credit Scarlets, great result, great game. I enjoyed that. It was a great derby game.
That was a brilliant game. Really good defensive shift in that last 10 minutes from the Scarlets. Showed a huge amount of character.
How much of a setback is this to Cardiff, because they won their first 2, came with high hopes, but conceded more than 50 points last week to the champions. This will hurt, won't it?
Yeah, this is going to be this is going to be a painful one at home as well. A sellout crowd, a derby game against the Scarlets, you know, they had a great result against 2 weeks ago. Yeah, back to the drawing board, I think, on terms of just situations in games, you know, how are they going to attack a 13-man team and make the most of it?
Yeah, their attack didn't look as sharp as it has. Quite a few balls down, lost a little bit of position